My childhood was definitely different. My dad left when I was 7, and I was taken away from my mom when I was 9, and I was put into foster care. From 7 to 16, I was in 12 different foster homes. And at 16, that's when I ran away, and that's when for my first time on the streets. I can't believe that I did this for 8 years. From 16 to 24, I was off and on the streets, back and forth, just constantly for 8 years, and I can't believe that was a period in my life. Definitely not easy. Just coming here every night to go to sleep, and having my stuff stashed here in big plastic bags, and there's just no way to live, not at all. I remember those nights though, coming back over here, especially during the winter time, having to sleep in a sleeping bag outside. But I'm so glad I don't have to feel like that anymore when I go to sleep at night. That misery and hopelessness and just emptiness and loneliness of just being alone and sleeping outside and having nothing. I still was in a pretty big haze with what I wanted to do with my life. I still really wasn't caring about anything, and I didn't really have the desire to really change. But that all kind of changed about 6 weeks after I got to the mission. I overdosed, and I almost died. I just remember using the drugs, and the next thing I remember was waking up in the hospital with a tube down my throat. Spence, the guy who runs the mission, had come to see me in the hospital, and we had a very deep, enlightening talk about myself and my life, and the truth about what was going on with me in my life. And after that day, I had spent some time with myself, and I came to the decision that I wanted something else in my life. I wanted something different, that I wanted a life full of love. From that day on, I made the decision to change. And the first thing I started doing after that was I started to run a lot. Back in January, I ran a marathon. Everything I want now is a different desire from what I used to desire to want. I have goals, I have dreams, I have hopes, I have friends. My life is just completely different. Since I've been at the mission, I have a pretty decent job right now. I have a job that has full health benefits, matching 401k. I've recently bought my first car. I've never owned a car before. I've gotten a pretty decent mountain bike while I've been here as well. That's another thing we like to do here, is we like to mountain bike. That's been a big part of my recovery as well, as mountain biking. My life has just completely changed in the past year. For a year ago, I went from overdosing in rehab with no savings and no job to running a marathon, having a full-time job, having a car, and having $7,000, and that's all in 1 year. So I just can't imagine what my life's going to be like in the next 10 to 15 years if I continue on the path that I am on right now.